Photography isn't a real job. That was the first thing I heard from my dad on a Sunday morning. 3 seconds that cut through me like a knife. Then came the ultimatum. Stop playing with cameras and get serious about your future. I was in my room editing photos when he walked in holding a folder full of printed job applications. Ethan, he said firmly, this obsession with cameras has to stop. You're 25 years old. You need a real job. He dropped the papers on my desk, covering my laptop screen. Best Buy is hiring. The post office has openings too. Stable careers, with benefits, with retirement plans. That's what a real future looks like. What Dad didn't know was that what he called a hobby had turned into a money-making machine. I had founded Lumina Studio, and I no longer worked alone. I had 3 photographers on my team, a video crew, and a calendar packed with events. The $3,000 lens he criticized so much, it paid for itself in just 2 weeks. Last year we brought in $340,000. This year we were on track to cross $500,000. But since I still lived at home to save and reinvest, all he saw was his son playing with expensive toys. Look at your cousin Kevin, he said proudly. He's got a good job at the bank, bought a house, about to be a dad. That's what success looks like. Kevin made $52,000 a year. Quietly, I was clearing $18,000 a month in profit, but I never mentioned that to Dad. 2 weeks later, my sister Emily announced her engagement at dinner. We want something really special for the wedding, she said. We've been looking at photographers, but the good ones are so expensive. Dad jumped in immediately. What about Ethan? He's always taking pictures. I'm sure he'd do it for free, as a wedding gift. Emily frowned. Dad, we need someone professional. Ethan's photos are nice, but this is our wedding. That comment stung more than I wanted to admit. My own family didn't see me as a professional. How much are those photographers charging? Dad asked. The one we really want charges $4,500, Emily replied. That includes engagement photos, the ceremony, the reception, and a full digital gallery. Dad nearly choked on his coffee. $4,500 for pictures? That's robbery. I pulled out my phone and opened Lumina Studio's website. Actually, that's the standard price in the industry. Emily grabbed the phone and started scrolling through the gallery. Wait, these photos are yours? She whispered, stunned. Dad leaned closer to take a better look. Lumina Studio? What is this? My photography company, I answered calmly. We cover around 80 weddings a year, plus corporate events and commercial campaigns. Emily kept scrolling, her eyes widening. Ethan, did you shoot the Thompson wedding that was in all the local magazines? The tech conference downtown? The mayor's campaign launch? I nodded. Our packages start at $5,200. We're usually booked 6 months in advance. Dad's face drained of color. More expensive than Emily's photographer? More complete, I said. What you called wasting money on toys are investments that generate about $40,000 a month. Emily looked up from the screen. $40,000 a month? Photography, video, event production. I've got 4 employees now and we're expanding. Dad sank back into his chair, silent. Why didn't you ever say anything? Because every time I mentioned photography, you told me to get a real job. I figured you weren't interested. Emily was already texting her fiancé. Ethan, we want you to be our photographer. What's the family rate? I smiled. The same as everyone else. This is a business, not a hobby. Dad looked at me as if he was seeing me for the first time. So, when I said photography wasn't a real job, I was comparing it to Kevin's career. Kevin makes in a year what I make in 3 months. The next week, Dad started introducing me differently. My son Ethan runs Lumina Studio. They handle the biggest events in the city. The same man who once told me photography isn't a real job was now proudly telling everyone I was his son.